goddess stuff that you're offering us.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at here, though, Roseanne, is Stalin and Mao and all them, they were making people share. But, I mean, how is this going to be different then?
Oh, well, because, it will be smaller groups of people taking care of each other, instead of like one huge monolithic, unbendable bureaucracy that does nothing but rob people.
Sure. Let's shift gears for a moment, if we may, and you can bring up any subject you'd like. This is riveting information. What do you think of Obama and his Wall Street connections? I've never seen stronger ones. You may disagree. And the field of Republican candidates.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of running as a Republican. I'm just telling you that because I think that everything I say isn't that much weirder than the things they say, which was kind of my point. But Obama, I did not vote for Obama, and I knew that Obama got more Wall Street money than anybody ever had gotten before, and that I was really scared because a large percentage of the money he got came from nuclear power, corporations that have to do with that. So I was horrified by that, and but I mean, we have to have somebody as our president. And
what do you think of Jesse Ventura?
Myself, because I think I'm better than all of them.
What do you think about Jesse Ventura, or is he bad too?
I love him. Actually, I really love that guy. Do you like him?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, but he has huevos though, and you're saying this needs to be a woman thing.
No, I will allow males to serve if they have half a brain in their head, and I do think that Jesse Ventura has, more than half of a brain in his head, so I would allow him to actually serve our structure.
Well, thank you.
Because he has a lot of ethics too. I interviewed him, when I did a radio show also, and before he got his television show, he's just a great thinker.
He is really a nice guy, and he's more of a libertarian, though. I don't know if he'd like a dictator, but...
Yeah, but I'm a different kind of a dictator than the ones before. I'm a good dictator.
I understand. The first in history.
Yes, absolutely. The first in history.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. What about Ron Paul? What do you think of Ron Paul?
I kind of, like, again... There's just so many brilliant things that he says and stands for, and I agree with most of it. But I don't, the libertarian thing. I don't know. I don't see any real feminist subtext to any of it. So I'm not.
I just think he's into freedom for everybody.
Huh?
I just think he's into total freedom. Period. Just freedom. Period.
Yeah, but it's too much freedom for rich people, and I just think, you shouldn't have a lot of freedom to rip off. You shouldn't have the right to have the freedom to rip off the wealth of the entire community.
Yeah, but Ron Paul would say they were able to do that because they controlled the government and used that monopoly of force. Now, let's talk about Hank Williams.
I don't disagree. I don't completely disagree with that.
Let's talk about Hank Williams, Jr. The full clip, he said 89% want to fire all of Congress. I don't like any of the Republican candidates. And he went on to compare, he didn't say who was Hitler, but he said Benjamin Netanyahu and Hitler, like Boehner and Obama. Do you think he should have lost his Monday Night Football gig over that?
No. I don't think anybody should, I think we should have freedom of speech. The guy, he makes he made a lot of people mad with that. But, a lot of people need to get mad. A lot of people need to be more offended in this country and wake up. I mean, they've been lulled with their Prozac and their Zoloft into just a complete slack-jawed, drooling, apathy. So anything that wakes people up and, pisses them off for a minute and gets their brain re-engaged, that's a good thing, I think. I don't agree with what he said, but I understand the spirit in which he said it. Because I've been drunk a lot, too, in my life.
I understand. Let's talk about 9/11 truth. You say you've been a listener for a while, and we know government staged the Gulf of Tonkin to get us into Vietnam, and we know that Hitler blew up the Reichstag to set up a police state and go from an elected leader to a dictator in Germany. So we know governments and corporations stage things to blame it on their enemies throughout history. So I don't think it's crazy to then question the official story of 9/11. It has a lot of holes in it. Roseanne, what did you think the day of 9/11? And since then, what is your view of that tragic event?
Well, you know, I'm for, like, you know, I definitely think we need to keep investigating it until everybody's satisfied that they've heard the truth. So, you know, but I agree with a lot of the stuff that truthers, as they're called, say, and I don't agree with a lot of other things that they say.
What do you agree with? I mean, like, Building 7, we have police saying, get back, they're going to blow it up, and then there's bomb blast, and it falls at free fall.
Yeah, I know all that. I mean, I read all the stuff about that, too, and a lot of people always send me, you know, a lot of information that I post on my blog, roseanneworld.com, about it. So, you know, I don't know, but I think it's definitely worth a huge look. You know what I mean? What do you think?
Oh, I know it was a completely synthetic manufactured event. Our government just gave al-Qaeda control of Libya and gave them thousands of heat-seeking missiles, and are already saying they need to invade Libya from the liberators they put in, and then I've got to let the TSA stick their hands down my pants or grab my wife's breast or molest my children, or al-Qaeda's going to shoot a rocket at me. What's your view of the TSA?
Oh, I just it drives me out of my mind. But you know, it just drives me out of my mind. But I don't want to go I don't want to go through and get the radiation, because I mean, I'm an old woman, so I mean, I've been radiated so many times. Mammograms, teeth, I don't need any more radiation. I don't think any more citizens do either. So I always opt out, and they inspect you by hand. But you know, I always kind of think that it's kind of cool that I do that so that people can see it happening to me. So I kind of offer myself and just stand there, because I just want Americans to realize that is happening, that they do grope old women, and friggin' wake up and look at it.
Well, I know that I won't fly with my family because of it, and now they're trying to set up domestic checkpoints. They grope everybody from the ankles up to the neck to get into an NFL game now.
And then they tell you, too, they go, now I'm going to use the back of my hand to touch your genital area. I won't use my palm. It's just so friggin' ridiculous that I actually I hate to make light of it, but we kind of have to laugh more, because I think laughing things to scorn is really powerful. So I always just stand there and everybody, hey, look, there's Roseanne or else they think Rosie O'Donnell, and she's getting felt up. I mean, I just think that the more visible we can be, the better.
Now, you've got several websites. You've got RoseanneWorld.com, and you've got some others, too.
Well, I'm on Twitter, The Real Roseanne. But, Alex, let me ask you, who do you think, seriously, who do you think took those towers down?
The military-industrial complex, with private corporate rogue networks inside of it, used drills to confuse the rest of the government as they cover and stage the events of 9/11. The few real phone calls, not the fake ones that were confirmed to not have been made, but the real airphone calls by the stewardess people were reporting gas that was knocking people out. So they got on board, they nerve gassed them. They had the hijackers, who were U.S. government agents who we know are training at U.S. military bases, to take part in drills. And James Woods had been a few weeks before on a flight with them doing a hijacking drill. And so they got on board, taking part in a national level exercise. They were nerve gassed, and remote control flew the aircraft in the buildings.
Dude, why would they do that? Why? Why?
To blame Iraq and launch a war there and get trillions in oil, trillions in weapon sales, to go into Afghanistan, $500 billion a year in opium, have the troops openly grow it as they now do, and to set up a domestic police state and overturn the Bill of Rights and Constitution.
Okay, I think you nailed it.
So you agree we should have a new investigation of 9/11?
Of course. Of course.
What do you like that truthers say? You said some of it you like, some of it you don't.
Well, I think, I just have a broader view like you do, because really what you're saying and what I'm saying is that, power is just being concentrated in fewer and fewer hands. Isn't that what you're really saying?
Yes, the centralization of power.
Yeah, and it's just like, You know, like it can't be more than, what, about 50 people?
Yeah, there are less than 20 families that pretty much have stolen the whole planet, and they've got 6,000 superclass, as they call it, that serve them.
I totally agree with you on that. Would you like to, let's name some of those people. What do you think? I call them Monsatan. What do you think of the Monsatan family and what they're doing to food?
Oh, yeah, Monsanto is one of the most wicked companies, probably the most wicked.
Did you know they're a family, a Southern American family?
I did know that it had some founding family roots in it, but you know, Roseanne, this is too much here. You've been gracious with 25, 30 minutes with us, and I know you've got other things coming up. We've got to go to break. I already skipped one. Could we come back and talk about Monsatan?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Because I'm a farmer, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's talk about it with Roseanne Barr on the other side, and then Freeway Ricky Ross, who trafficked drugs for the CIA. He's coming up a little bit after that. We'll obviously have to do some overdrive today with Ricky Ross. It's all coming up. Roseanne Barr is our guest right now. We'll call this the Off With Their Heads episode of the radio show. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Steve Shank here with a special alert from eFoods Direct. The stock market continues to crash and recrash daily. Since July, the market has dropped 15% with no signs of recovery. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the food that's already too expensive and continues to raise in cost. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The already high cost of sugar is tripling. If you invest in the stock market for security or save money in the bank, you continue to see the dollar drop in value while your weekly food bills increase. So what are you going to do? Get as much food now as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Calvin Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, Ricky Ross is already scheduled to be with us. We pushed him back. What a wild show. Ray McGovern, Freeway Ricky Ross, the big CIA drug trafficker, biggest in history. makes fictional characters like Scarface look like a choir boy. And Roseanne Barr on with us, and to learn that she's been listening to the show for years and that she's into the Second Amendment. Now, Roseanne, I understand.
A lot of people confuse, a lot of people confuse me with Rosie O'Donnell, who's also a friend of mine. But she doesn't. She's for gun control, so she did a big show on it, and they're like, I get a lot of email from people going, I hated when you told Tom Selleck, and I'm like, dude, that was Rosie O'Donnell. I'm for guns.
Well, you don't look much like her, so